Hello, good parents, and welcome to another episode of Parenting Tips and Tricks. Today, I'm going to tell you some basic things I personally find very important when it comes to toddlers and how to parent them. Today, we focus on both aspects of basically one thing. First, I'll tell you what not to do because it's bad for your toddler, and then give you acceptable alternatives you can do. So, let's go. First of all, I like to define toddlers as being young children between the ages of 2 and 5 roughly. They're fairly new to this world, and even though they're little sponges, they don't quite have an idea of how the world works, and they won't have for a very long time either. This brings me to my first don't. When speaking to toddlers, don't use unclear language when it's important for them to understand you and/or follow your instructions. This means no metaphors, no figures of speech, or sarcasm. Even though this one might seem obvious, we are often unaware we aren't being clear enough to our kids. Instead, say exactly what you mean or what you want and make sure it's a short sentence too. This way you avoid misunderstanding and the chances of your child remembering and doing what you said are greater. Next thing is very common, and I know we often can't help ourselves, but we should not do things instead of our kids. Toddlers are very capable and they can learn very fast, so we should encourage them to be independent, to put their own clothes on and take it off, to put away their toys and eat on their own, as well as many other things. When most parents want their children calm and quiet, they usually let them play games or watch something. And that's okay as long as it's not too much. Don't expose your toddlers to screens for more than an hour a day, and choose the content wisely because it might mess up their attention span and make it shorter, as well as numb them to visual and auditory sensations. Instead, let them have fun using their hands with some clay or Lego. Read to them, let them explore, and play both indoors and outdoors. This will be much more beneficial. The next very important thing might even be a mistake that grandparents or relatives do more often, and it's babbling. It's important not to babble when speaking to toddlers because it might make them develop speaking problems, which you will then have to spend time and energy fixing. Instead, encourage everyone who communicates with the child to speak clearly and not be afraid to use a variety of words and phrases, as toddlers learn fast and mimic people around them. So if they hear many different words, they will have a rich vocabulary themselves. And the last thing I want to address is having unpredictable daily activities. This gives your child a very chaotic impression, and children generally don't respond well to sudden changes and unpredictability. What I would suggest is having a strict routine as much as possible and announce changes or events to your children as soon as you find out about them. Also, even if you do have a routine, it's not a bad idea to often inform your child about what's happening after this activity and that one as well. And that would be it for today. I hope I made this toddler manual as short and as sweet as possible, and that you found this video and my tips useful. Like this video to help us grow, share it, and subscribe. Keep growing, and see you next time. Goodbye!